Okay. Hi, guys. Happy Tuesday. If you did not go to conference, you need to make it a priority to be there next year. Like we were just talking about stories. You need to be there. I don't care how many stories you hear. I don't care all the information you get because there's going to be different people giving their little tidbits. Nothing compares to being in that room. You guys, I literally walked in that room and it brought me to tears. I was in just such pure gratitude to be there. Like nothing compares to that feeling. Nothing compares to the amount of love you're going to feel and things like that. So if you're not, sell a mini a week or take $25 a week from your paycheck and get there next year. Make it a priority. I promise you it is so worth it. Okay, so I think a bunch of us are just going to kind of give you our little aha moments, things that we really loved. But one thing I want to say before I even get into that, I was on the phone earlier with Chelsea and Abrielle, and one thing that we all three said, and I think it needs to be stated, we walked into that room, and there are different types of teams, very much so. There are teams who get along really well. There are teams who did not sit together, who weren't as supportive of each other. There were people talking trash on people, and just the integrity, the love, and just the feel of our team and the community of it is very rare. I saw maybe two other teams that had this much support, that had this much love, that had each other's backs the way that this team does. And I just wanted to point that out because that would not be possible with each and every person on this Zoom. That would not be possible without the love and care and the grace that we all give each other all the time. And it's something to be extremely grateful for. Also, at some point of the Zoom, screenshot it, put it as a boomerang or something in your stories, tag me, tag some other people in this, and you will get extra points. The contest does end tonight at midnight. I know your hair is really light, Cassandra. I was just noticing that.
I'm dyeing it rainbow. So my mom just bleached it. Like I'm gonna get on Friday. I'm going to get it like 10 different colors. So it's awesome. A little wild right now because it's bleach blonde. So I look weird, but
I was like looking too. I was like, wait, she colored her hair since I saw her.
Yeah. No, right now it looks really wild. Just it'll look a lot better. It'll still look wild, but it'll look a lot better.
An organized wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, though, and just the integrity of our team, the contest, screenshot it, you'll get an extra 50 points tonight or tomorrow at some point. Just send me a private message with just kind of an overview of your points. I will announce the winners the following day. That way everybody just kind of has 24 hours to get in with me. So the first thing is I want to go over is a lot of people look at their year as January to January. Instead, I want you guys to look at our year as May to May. This is one thing Paul threw out there so heavily. We are a May to May company because that's when our conference is. So start today. Don't wait till tomorrow because if your goal is not big enough for you to do it today, it's not going to be big enough for you to do it tomorrow. Start today and dictate how are the next 12 months going to look for you. Are you going to hit your goals? Are you going to accomplish what you are deserving of? You are deserving of being a 12K, an 80K, a 200K. Every single person on here is 1000% deserving of it. So what are you going to do to make sure that that happens? Who cares what happened the first quarter of this year? Focus on the next 12 months. Where will you be come conference next year? You're going to be there. We just made that commitment together. So where will you be at come that time? So that's just something I really want to focus on. The next thing with that too is that's a lot of mindset. You guys, they went over mindset like crazy. You guys think we talk about mindset a lot? Like that was a whole nother ball game. So make sure you're pouring into yourself because here's the thing about being an entrepreneur. People see this. They see your highlight reel. They see you doing awesome. They see you hitting the top, hitting all these goals and everything you want. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen that graph picture anywhere. Here's the truth about entrepreneurship. You have a high, you have a super big high, you have a way low, a big high, a big low, a big high, a big low. That's the reality of entrepreneurship. But here's what's going to separate you from the people who let that get to them. It's going to be your mindset, and it's going to be taking quitting off the table. If you always have it in the back of your head, oh, I'm going to quit if I don't hit 12K by May, or, oh, I'm just going to quit whenever. No, this needs to be, like, quitting should not be an option. And one of the stories on there that, like, this girl, like, almost brought me to tears. So she did some amazing race in Malaysia. I don't even know, like, what, it was this crazy thing with 4 people where they basically had to go 300 miles. And halfway through it, she was telling her team, like, they can't finish without her. And she was like, I quit. Like, I quit. I can't do it. I quit. And instead, her person was like, okay, but let's just make it to the next checkpoint. And so she made it to the next checkpoint. So then in her head, it was like, okay, so now we're just going to make it to the next checkpoint. Now we're just going to make it to the next checkpoint. So instead of sitting in your head and getting, like, basically screwing with your own mind and your own business and saying, oh, well, I didn't hit 12K by May, so I'm just going to quit. No. Okay, my goal is 3,000 in volume by May. Okay, I hit that. So next month, I know I got 4K in the bag. Okay, I hit 4K. My next goal, 4 to 12 is a big jump, guys. I'm just being completely honest. So let's make it 6,000. Always have a goal and have a plan to how you're going to get there, and put quitting off the table, and you will get there. The only difference between you and somebody else that's 200K is, 1, they've been in it longer than you, or 2, they've talked to more people than you. Entrepreneurship is a talking game. How many people are you talking to? Whoever gets the word out the fastest is going to grow the fastest. That's one thing Paul said. I was trying to find his exact quote, and that's so, so true. So if you're not doing it now, are you in front of the right network, and are you talking to enough people every single day? And when I say talking to people, I'm not saying go out and send some stupid spammy message about blah, 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 Thrive. No, are you building a relationship with them? Because that will come. Abs has a super cool story where she built a relationship with her waitress at the airport yesterday, because I don't know if you guys saw, her flight got delayed like 500 times. And then her waitress messaged her on Facebook to order after they just built this relationship on there. Like, that's what can happen when you're building relationships and you're just reaching out and talking to people and being a real human. Practice with the intention of improving, not perfection. Nobody's ever going to be perfect, but if you're ready to be a better person than you were yesterday, you're going to get to where you want to go. All you need to do every day is focus on being 1% better than the person you were yesterday, and it will blow your mind where you will be in a year. If you need more info on that, read The Compound Effect. Read it, read it, read it. That's one thing they talked about. So just practice with the intention of improving, not perfection. That will equal consistency every day. That will get you talking to more people. That will get you to your goals. The other thing to me that really, really stood out that I wanted to go over was words of encouragement. There was an exact quote. Oh, words of encouragement will always help people go forwards, not backwards. I want to make it a goal on this team and just make it a part of your weekly IPAs. I have a challenge for everybody on here. Every single week from now until next May, because we're starting our year over, right? So from now until next May, find 3 people every week, whether they're in their business, whether it's somebody in your personal life, whether it's, okay, get in bed. Sorry, she's trying to sign language to me over here. Whether it's, you know, the guy at UPS who just does a really good job, whatever it is, find 3 people a week and give them words of encouragement. You have no idea how much you could completely be changing somebody's day. You have no idea if that person goes home to nobody. You have no idea if that person has maybe like had the shittiest day of their freaking life. Like, you don't know what's going on in other people's lives, but you simply saying, hey, your posting's been looking great, or hey, you are always super fast and efficient, thank you so much, or hey, whatever it is. If you're even out in public and you see a girl's dress that you like, compliment her on it. Exactly, Amy. It can go such a long way with somebody, and you have no idea how much you can change their day. So just focus on encouragement. And I'm a huge believer in karma. What you put out there is what's going to come back to you. What you put out there is what's going to grow. So put it out there. Be a positive person and just love other people. it will come back to you. Who wants to talk next? We don't really have an order tonight. Okay, Chelsea will.
Okay. So I just want to start off by saying it was my first conference and I am blown away. I know this one was super close to me. I was able to drive there. So I'm super excited to hear where it's going to be next year, because all I can say is this streaming it online is not the same as being there in the room, getting poured into, experiencing the screaming and the excitement and just the vibe of a room. It blew me away, y'all. It was absolutely one of the most amazing weekends of my entire life. So what I'm going to talk about is something that I just kind of have an obsession over. We had a speaker that came in. Her name was Erin. How do you pronounce it? Is it Gargan? And she runs a social media company. But what I'm going to talk about is really how we can put the pub in publishing, and all about posting and, connecting with your audience and being intentional, and more so making it about them, not about just you all the time. So one thing that really spoke to me too is when she talked about persuasion is personal, and we have to, see ourselves in a story. And that needs to be relevant to your audience. We need to make them realize it's relevant and make it seem like it's something they need and they want in their lives. So whatever we're posting, it has to be personal to somebody else, not just to us. Because, we have this story, but in order to connect with somebody, it has to be personal on some sort of level. And one thing she really talked about was being in selfie mode, when you're posting. And I have a bunch of notes written down, so I'm going to be looking down quite a bit. Whenever you write out a post, before you actually hit share, I want you to reread it. And if your words are, I this, and I did this, and I have this, and I want this, flip them towards your audience. Make it about them. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to connect them. You need to be able to put them into whatever experience or story that you're wanting to share. And one thing that really spoke to me was show about you, but type about them. And it's so crazy to think about, because even when I go back and, I was looking at some of my older posts, I'm like, God, I really just do talk about myself a lot. And it's really eye-opening, to think about, because you're putting this picture up of yourself and you're talking about yourself. How is somebody going to connect to that? And that's something that, I never thought about. We talk about all the time, like, tell your story, tell your story, tell your story. But if you're telling your story without being able to place a specific person maybe you're trying to bring into your organization, or a specific person on your timeline that needs this product, if you can't place them in your story or in the feelings you're feeling, they're going to scroll right past it. And she did say the most words that are used are I, me, we, and our. And we need to start saying you more. Less I, more you. And some of the phrases she used as an examples were imagine you, have you ever, picture that, something to put them in, the environment you want them to be in. If you experience something, I think one example she talked about was, imagine being in a room of 20,000 people with the same passion as you. Something like that. You're putting them in that experience where you were. You can still put a picture up of yourself, of a scenery, of, whatever you want. You're showing you, but you're typing about them, to them. So I I want to challenge everybody to start doing that. And that's this big, get out of selfie mode. Stop talking about just yourself. You need to be talking about your audience and, putting them in the experiences you want them to have. So I'm going to go over really quick about PUB, which is PUB. It stands for personal, useful, and brief. And this goes over your posting. P is for personal. Saying this is my story, or, my story, this is my, whatever it is. It's not personal unless your audience can see themselves there, can see themselves in this experience. And just like I talked about, using those phrases, starting your post out with, imagine that, or, have you ever wanted to do this, or, something like that, to make it very personal to somebody. I've heard other leaders talk about they had one specific person they wanted in their organization. And when they were writing their post, all they thought about was that person. Because at the end of the day, every post you put up is not going to speak to everybody. But if there is a person you want in your organization, that they would rock this business, they would be amazing. When you write a post, reread it, and are you speaking to them? Is what you're writing about going to draw them in and really connect with you? So the next one is useful. The what in a post isn't useful, the how is. So, whatever you're talking about, how is it going to impact somebody? How is it going to be useful to somebody? If you're just talking about what it is and what it's done for you, there's not necessarily going to always be a connection for somebody. So be sure you're always telling the how behind whatever it is you're talking about, whether it's a business, whether it's the Thrive experience. Now we have Thrive Skin, which I'm going to actually touch on as well, because I almost peed my pants when they announced Thrive Skin. I'm not even lying. Are you offering something useful to inspire feelings of gratitude? Are you communicating something because you just want to say it? Or is it useful to your audience because they need to see it and they need to hear it? There's a big difference in just talking and talking about something that is useful, that your audience needs to hear and they want to hear, and that will change their life. So always keep that in mind when you're posting. And then, are you being brief, which is the last letter in PUB? Brief. Are you maximizing the first few words to make you stand out from everybody else? And one thing she said was that I can't even think of the word. So we have the length of a mobile preview notification before our brain loses interest. So basically, when you're writing a post, so when you get like a text notification on your phone, it's like 3 or 4 lines of a text. And if it goes longer than that, then you have to open it and read it. So when you're typing out a post, it's either 10 words or 2.5 seconds of reading. And if it doesn't catch someone's interest, they're going to keep scrolling and you have lost them. So if those first, couple of lines aren't impactful in any way, shape, or form, then you're not even going to get them to read the rest of your post that might have actually done something for them, but you didn't keep their interest long enough for them to keep reading. So that's where your personal side will come in, using those catchphrases and putting them into, that experience or that setting you want them to be in. So we just need to be sure we're more brief. So she also talked about in Instagram stories, a lot of people get on there and they're like, hey y'all, happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a great day. The weather's amazing today. And you add all this fluff in before you really go into what you wanted to talk about. I'm guilty of it too. And when she said that, I kind of went, oh my God, I do that like every Instagram story. So the thing is, like, if people are following you, they know who you are. They know what day of the week it is. That we don't need to we don't need to like reiterate what day of the week it is or our name or, obviously we're getting on here to talk for a reason. We're showing up in our story for a reason, and just go straight into the point. If you're jumping on, let's say you get on tonight or tomorrow to talk about Thrive Skin, you want to get in there and be like, guys, y'all need to know Thrive Skin is live. It is our CBD skincare line. I am so excited. And get right into it. Because at the end of the day, and what I kind of sat back and realized is when you start talking about, hey y'all, it's Wednesday, everyone's like, okay, whatever, next. Because that's what so many people do. So if you jump on there and you're like, guys, CBD skincare is live. If you want this in your life, I need you to message me now because it's going to change your skin. Something like that, to really just jump in there, get straight to the point. She even said 4 to 5, I think it was, like slides of stories is all people need. They don't need more than that. Short, simple, to the point. And let me see. I think that was pretty much all the main points I wanted to talk about. But, even like I've noticed the difference because I've tried implementing on my last couple of posts, trying to use this strategy and not really talk about myself and use the more, imagine that, or really talking to someone instead of about myself. And I have had more likes and, kind of more interaction. So I think it really does work. And, for me, I know it's going to take some time because I've been somebody that has been an I person. And it's going to take your audience some time to kind of warm back up to you probably, and really start to engage with you more when you start changing your posting. And that's okay. And that also might allow you to start getting in front of the right audience and the right people. Because I know that's super important to be in front of the right audience. Be sure you're talking to the right people and, the people you want to connect with. So I think that's all on that side of things. Do you want me to just jump into Thrive Skin super quick? That way I can mute myself okay. So we all know Thrive Skin went live tonight. Throw in the chat if you ordered it. I'm so excited, y'all. A lot of people don't know me in person, and I don't honestly post about it a lot, but if you know me in real life, I'm literally obsessed with skincare. I'm obsessed with beauty. I literally was the one that almost went rogue at Sephora before I had Rylan. Like, I just spent so much money on makeup and beauty. Like, it's my thing. So I was over the moon when they showed the video for Thrive Skin. One thing I want to just reiterate to everybody, if you have ordered Thrive Skin or you are planning to, maybe you haven't been able to order it yet, but you plan to, a before and after will, I guarantee, change your business. If you were there, obviously, I'm sure you played with it. I think everybody wanted to get their hands on it. I know we all did. I know Michaela went live in Team Grit. I wasn't ready to take off my makeup and put it all over my face because we actually were like the first 50 in there. And so it was still early in the day, but I did the back of my hand, and I cannot begin to tell you how smooth the back of my hand was. I've never felt something like that before in my entire life. I kept telling Michaela as we're walking around, like, I can't quit feeling my hand. Like, I feel like a psycho. Like, I keep walking around like, oh my God, my hand. It was like, I've been describing it to people who have like messaged me about it. My hand literally felt like a baby's butt. It was that soft. It was amazing. I got to see it work right before my eyes. It does amazing things. They did a demonstration for us. It's the real deal, y'all. The before and afters that are circulating, they're real. Like, this stuff is magic, basically, in a bottle. Our boutique experience was amazing. It was like high class, high end. They had girls doing the demo for you. You got to look at it and touch it. And, one thing I noticed is it doesn't really have a very strong fragrance at all, which is what I really liked. I don't like something to be on my face and then I can continue to smell it. It just gives you a headache. It had a very light scent, and I could not, like, I've smelled the smell before and it wasn't a bad smell. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't strong at all. And if you were on the call tonight, a lot of this was talked about, but if you weren't able to be on the call, they're selling this only as a kit right now. You cannot buy these a la carte. They are sold as a kit for the reason that we always like people to do Thrive as the 3 steps. It's not as effective if you do 1 or 2 out of the 3. It's just not going to do that. And Paul and Jason were not about to have people come back and say, well, it kind of worked, or, well, you made my skin a little better. Like, no, you're going to do all 3. You don't have a choice. And honestly, for me, $150, I saw the price and I was like, boom, love it. Totally fine with it. Because I feel like that's an amazing price point for the quality of product that we're getting, and the first to market with this type of technology that we're getting. So Paul and Jason took care of us, y'all, with the fact that it is priced where it is for what it does. I guarantee when you get your Thrive Skin in, I want to challenge everybody to go live with it and do it on a live. I'm doing it. I'm sure Michaela's going to do it. This is the time to step out of your comfort zone. If you want to go places, start with Thrive Skin on a live, because we can tell you from experience. Yes, this is what I plan to do. I'm going to take a before picture before I go on my live. And I'm going to do all 3 steps. They literally take less than 2 minutes to do, y'all. So you don't even have to be on a live for more than 5 minutes unless you want to talk about it and give details. Take an after picture when you get off and post it. People are going to be blown away. So I know Abrielle said this in the chat earlier. There is absolutely no THC whatsoever in the system. It is legal in all 50 states because it is not a consumable. So we're able to market it to literally every single state in the US because it's going on the skin. It never hits the bloodstream. So we kind of hit a whole new market in that aspect alone. And then they went ahead and made a second line, y'all, for international, which they didn't even have to do. But that's why you should know you're in the right freaking place with the right company and the right CEOs, because they didn't want to leave out our international promoters and customers. They did a whole second line with hemp. And I know Jason said, if you look at the USA CBD one, it's an A++. The hemp one is an A+. So they made sure that our international customers and promoters are going to get the same exact results that we are with the CBD line. And then at some point down the line, once international opens up to CBD, then they can go all into one. Let me see. So I don't know if y'all also saw this circulating around, and I know Abrielle put this in our chat too. It's vegan and cruelty free, which is huge. There are so many people that will not use a product if it is not vegan or, cruelty free, whatever the case may be. So that is amazing. And I'm so hyped about this, y'all, because not only did we enter the CBD market, but we just entered the skincare market. If y'all don't understand what that means, it's like 2 more billion-dollar industries that we just entered, and we're already at $1 billion brand on our own.
And I want to add on that real quick. How she was saying go live, you can post that other before and after that's going around. You could post Chelsea's, you could post mine, you could post somebody else's. Nothing compares to your own.
It's so true. And I tried, y'all. I was like, okay, I'm going to do my hand and I'm going to take it before and after. And the lighting wasn't working for me. I was so mad. I was like, really? The lighting just completely ruined it for me. So I was like, I'm not even going to try. I'll just wait. Which, talking about it, showing the before and afters are fine. But when you get your before and after, post the shit out of it, y'all. I'm like, post it. And then post your 30-day and post your 60-day and post your 90-day. And I mean, you're going to get so many people interested in this, especially when they see your before and after from one-time use, because you will see results, I promise. And the other thing that I really love about this company is they've done their own studies on this, because like Jason was saying on our call, there's not a whole lot of science behind this, on this side of things. There's not really any studies that have been done. So for the past year plus, they've done their own studies. They've done CBD biohacking to figure out what's going to work best, what it can do for the skin. And he even said, I know during conference that they even came across things it would do that they didn't even realize it could do for the skin. During all of this CBD biohacking, they tried out basically every CBD they could get their hands on. He talked about there were different, colors and different smells and, all of these different things. And so they have done some amazing research, and they could have launched this, previously. They were basically ready to go, but the fact that they waited for that farm bill to pass to make sure that they could get this out to everybody was so smart of them. And that just shows that they have our back too, because we can proudly say everybody can get this if you want it, because of it not being a consumable. It's not touching your bloodstream. It has no THC in it. And that farm bill is passed. So their timing has been absolutely amazing. And then obviously the 3 steps is just the peel, the serum, and the elixir. And they're like butter. That's all I'm going to say. I cannot wait to get my kit in the mail, y'all. You have no idea. I'm literally like a freaking kid on Christmas. I'm so excited.
And they hinted about another CBD product
in fall.
So just keep your eyes open. We don't know anything.
Yeah, I think this was just dipping their toes in. There's more to come. So I'm so excited. I hope it's just more skincare.
Or a patch. Hey.
Yeah, or something. But that's all I have. But I don't know if Abrielle, do you want to talk?
I don't know. Can I talk? I'm just kidding. I'm just messing. Chelsea, you just put it all out there. I love it.
I'm so excited. I can't help it.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I wanted to just share. I know I talked about it on Kristen's and our team's. OMG, this little girl, I swear to goodness. I'm not showing my face, you guys, because I'm literally have a towel on my head. So I talked on Sunday Night Zoom about my takeaways and my London, I'm taking her to the bathroom. My moments that I had at conference, and this was actually my second conference, and I probably would say this was it's hard, but I would probably say that this one was my favorite. I took away not only just a lot of good information for myself and my business, but like Michaela said in the beginning, just a lot of bonding moments for me, to be able to, which I hope next year I have plenty more, to finally be able to meet someone that I have worked with for now, Cassandra, it's been a year almost. Just being able to meet Cassandra for the first time, and so many new people for the first time that we kind of jumped in at the same time, and we haven't met besides on Facebook Lives and stuff like that. This is a really, 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 really powerful moment, and it's an emotional moment. As you guys know, like to cry about everything and everything. So when you have so many people that you've met before, it's different when it's somebody that you know. And to finally be able to put a face, an actual personality and everything on someone is just truly amazing. And I really, really cannot stress to you enough, even if you don't really care about it, you just want to go to have a fun time, honestly, you will. If you are a people person, you are all about friendships within this business. Like, for example, there's a girl on Kristen's downline. Her name's Shauna, and I love Shauna. Like, literally, I call her my mom because she is she's my mom's age, but we connect so well because we have so many things in common. We both like to go hard, and we just love each other. And we have spent the last few trips and stuff together, and we've grown so close. But she loves the business, but she is all about this business for the friendships. Like, you guys have no idea, this girl will make friends with anybody and everybody. When we were in Cabo, she literally attended someone's wedding party, like, because she became friends with them and got invited to their wedding party because of how great of a person she is. Her personality is amazing. She's so outgoing. And so for me, this put into perspective a lot of things for me. Just like Michaela said in the beginning, I'm referring back to that, the integrity that we have on this team, the support we have on this team, because I myself experience a lot of things that I do not like to just go through, but it's all right. And this is where the comparison really came into play. When I first joined, even with let me give her some. Yes, she can have some. Even in my last business, I mean, all of you guys know, I was, with a previous network marketing company, and a lot of the people that are on this team, not directly on this team, but team, Game Changers, whatever, I was on their team with It Works. So I know a lot of people from years prior, and the comparison game was really real for me the last 4 years before Lavelle, and it was hard to defeat, and it was hard to get over, and it was hard to Gemma. It was hard to, can you hear her or no? Okay, of course. It was really hard to get over, but like I said it before, when Michaela, probably February of 2018, when she really reached out to me and got me into self-development and got me going into different things, that's when it was really legit, all about me. And I know I'm kind of speaking opposite on what Chelsea talked about, but there's some points in your time where you really do have to just think about yourself. And it sounds wrong, but it's so true, because you are the one that decided to do this business. You were the one who decided to, make a couple $100 extra a week with a network marketing company. You are the one that is in control of your thoughts, of your emotions, of what you say to people, how you treat people, your attitude, every single thing that you do as a person, you are in control of. Now, I'm not saying go and change who you are, but there's some times where we can enhance who we are a little bit, because we went through a reflection stage where we've kind of outgrown a lot of negative things. And it's okay to say, look, this is where I was and this is where I am now, without over exaggerating and putting your business all the way out there. Now, if you're 100% comfortable with that, go for it. But I've witnessed 2 people, actually 3 people, really come out of hard places, and all 3 of those people are now rocking it. One of which, I've said it before, we lived in the same place, and it just goes to show that no matter where you're from, no matter what you did in your past, you can absolutely make it happen. Another person I just am mutual friends with, like I said, just met her, Cassandra. She went through a lot. And to see her go above and beyond and make things happen for her and her family, I don't think you guys understand how powerful that makes you feel as a, in quotation, leader. And I am not, like I said, no one special, but I know, oh my God, sorry, Tim is literally yelling at his video. Did you guys hear that? Okay, good. I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, like I said before, I'm not anyone special, and I'm very, very passionate about, and this is just kind of like a not recent, but a recent thing, allowing people to find out with themselves. And I don't sugarcoat nothing. If you ask me something, I will not sugarcoat it. I might be a little nice, but I'm going to put you in your place and kind of tell you, like, look, I see what you're doing wrong, and you should probably change this so that it can happen for you. But one thing that M. Hastings talked about, there was one last final panel on Sunday, and this was my favorite panel. It was Jamie Pekka. And if you're not friends with Jamie Pekka, I highly suggest you become friends with her. She's real, she's raw, and she doesn't give a F. And hey, that's what I love. I don't know the other person. I think Maria Dillard was speaking. And then M and another couple. But M said this. And this is something that I really, really want you guys to really think about right now. Do you guys have a plan when you wake up and you click on Facebook or you click on Instagram? Like 100% honest? Or do you just think, okay, I have to do this, that, and that? Like, or I have to get on Facebook because I have to engage. Like, do you really know what you're doing when you click on the app? Because it is so important for you guys to have a plan and an action and put it, make purpose of your time. Don't just get on Facebook in the morning and say, okay, I got to start scrolling. I got to start finding this. Like, really, really, really know what you're doing. And this is where those IPAs come in. We didn't just create this thing to make you feel like we are making you guys do this. We created these IPAs because we know that when you guys do something like this, and you continuously do something like this, it's building a habit for you to actually do something that's going to help you in the future. That's why they're called income producing activities. Yeah, I'm not saying, we didn't say you're going to make $500 tomorrow if you say happy birthday to Susan. No, but over time, when you continue to do an activity that has to do with the type of business that you're in, which is network marketing, which is social media, which is socializing with your network, over time, you're going to see it pay off because your checks are going to grow, your customer bases is going to grow, your team is going to grow, your mind is going to grow. And as stupid as that sounds, I don't have a lot of friends in Clarksville, Tennessee. So social media is where I socialize, and I take that very seriously because I am determined to change and help and value as many people's lives as I can. So I constantly have an idea or a plan or something I know what I'm going to do before I get it. That's why you see me on Facebook so much, because Instagram, I don't have a plan for Instagram because I am not familiar with it. That's not what I want to do, but Facebook is where I want to be. And I don't know if you guys realize it, but I realize that I know what I'm putting out there and I know how to put it out there. And that is my plan. I have an idea, I put it out there, and I do what I need to do, right? Another thing is that they all talked about was time management. So many people, I'm sure a lot of you come across people that are like, oh, I don't have time. I work this and that. I don't know if I can do this. No, because there are people out there, and the chick made someone raise everybody. There's 20,000 people, and people who work 40 plus hours a week raise their hand and are still making the income happen from their phones. With this business, there's people with multiple kids. There's plenty of us on here with kids. Whether you're whether you are a stay-at-home mom or not, you can find 5 to 2 to 10 to 20 minutes out of your day, throughout your day, to do something. Picking up your kids from the school line. Oh, you're waiting. You're not doing anything. Post, comment, message, whatever you need to do. Let's see. I mean, I don't know. There's just many different ways that you can find the time throughout your day when you don't think you have the time, where you're just sitting around not doing anything. Oh, when a show is on. I know for a fact when you guys are watching your little shows, your phones are still in your hands and you're still scrolling. So you can find the time, if it's 9 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock in the morning, to continue to work your business. You all have the time. Don't say you don't, because I know you do. Now, obviously, if you work a job and you can't have your phone out, that's totally understandable. But you have lunch breaks, you have bathroom breaks, you have different breaks throughout the day where you could be doing something here and there just to help yourself. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Oh yeah, last thing. Back to the comparison thing. This business is really hard. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no way around it. This business is hard. I've been there. I know what it feels like to feel like you're not doing anything right. I know what it feels like to feel like everyone around you is doing better than you and you suck. And I know what it feels like to feel like you just want to quit and you don't want to do this anymore, because y'all, the 3 years in my previous company, I cannot tell you how many times I started it for 3 months, quit for 3 months, stopped for a month, started back up for a month. Like, because like I said, the comparison was really real. But this is the thing. You have to remember that you might be comparing yourself to someone you see on social media, but I promise you, that person whose life is always just so perfect, their kids are always so great, they always look so amazing, their hair is done, their makeup's done, their cars are clean, their houses are washed. I mean, you know what I'm going to say, the other way around. They probably have some serious underlying issues and problems that they're not sharing, and their lives are probably a 5 out of 10 horrible. And you have to remember that those types of people are only going to share the positive parts throughout their day, because they want you to think that their life is just so perfect. No, I share the struggles, the hardships, the positive, the successful moments, the everything that I want to share about my life, whether it's sad, happy, angry, whatever. I'm sharing it because I'm a human and my feelings matter. And just do yours, just the same as yours. So don't ever hide who you are as a person because you want to look like someone you're not on social media. Because, hey, you don't say that. I need to say goddamn. Whoops. Because you don't want, this is what's going to happen. You're going to find a couple people who absolutely love you and want to be on your team because you posted some bull schnikey crap on social media. They're gonna get to know you and they're gonna be like, oh damn, Chelsea is not so she says she, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want that. You want to be you, who you are, flaws and all. Who gives a damn who likes it or not? That's probably why she said god damn. I'm over here saying damn. You know, you just want to be who you are created to be, and nothing less, nothing more. And I promise you, over time, you will find the ones who truly accept you for who you are, no matter what. Not changing a damn thing. Maybe it's your hair, maybe it's your nail color, maybe, I don't know. That's the things you need to be changing. But who you are as a person is not something you need to be changed. You don't need to change yourself to fit in. You don't need to change yourself to do this or to do that. You need to be you, and you need to stop worrying about other people because they are not going to pay your bills. They are not going to give you a paycheck, and they are not going to bring in customers for you, promotes for you, whatever it is. So at the end of the day, and I'm just going to end with this, make sure you guys are managing your time better, because I feel like a lot of you, if you just kind of think about it a little bit, you probably will see some improvement throughout your business, throughout yourself, all that stuff. Remember too, don't compare yourself to nobody. We all have our shit, and everyone's shit stinks. So don't ever let anyone around you that you see on Facebook influence you to make you feel less of a person, because that just is not happening. If you feel some type of way about someone else, you come and tell me, because I'm gonna cuss them out. I'm just kidding. No, but
well, and like she was saying, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Like, not everybody's going to like you. That's
and if
okay.
you don't,
We'll find what you do. You guys, literally been in this industry for what, like 6 years. I've never had this close of a team, this close of relationships, and I can literally, I know I could turn to any person on this team and you guys would be there. So be you.
Yeah. Yep. And the beginning, I don't even remember what I talked about in the beginning because I clearly talk too much, but whatever it is, just do that too. What did I even say?
The one thing I wanted to add too is Cassidy said something that really spoke to me too was, and I don't remember her quote exactly, but we were all lazy before Thrive. Stop being a lazy thriver. Thrive,
Yes.
Thrive brought you back to life. So stop being a lazy thriver. You know, she talked about these people who are like, it's not working for me anymore. Okay, well, are you waking up and taking your 2 capsules? Are you drinking your shake 20 minutes later? Are you putting on your DFT? Are you drinking enough water? Are you taking the product properly? And you know, all too often, you know, we have customers obviously that do that, and we all go, y'all, I'm guilty AF of not taking my 3 steps the way that I should every single day. Sometimes it's life, but you have to remember that Thrive changed your life. Take it properly every single day, or as often as you can. We all work, we have kids, you know, whatever. And you know, I mean, I notice a difference if I take my shake even 15 minutes later than I normally do, because they're supposed to all be within your body within 40 minutes. So if y'all didn't know that, now you do. For it to work properly, all 3 steps need to be taken within 40 minutes of each other. So some people need to take it all within 15 minutes. Some people need to take it within 30 minutes. As long as you have all 3 steps in your body within 40 minutes, it will change your life. But I just wanted to say that before I forgot, because I thought that was so awesome. And it really spoke to me too, for, you know, everybody stop being a lazy thriver. You were lazy before Thrive. Now it's in your life. You feel amazing. It's changed your life. You hit the promoter button for a reason. Why did you hit that promoter button? And you know, just, that's it.
One more thing. Hold on. Don't end it yet. Hold on. Another thing is that I think you say Chastity said that, because I'm pretty sure she said that. Yeah. Another thing I think Chastity said, I don't remember word for word, but I forgot what the whole topic was, but basically she said, you guys, like the whole lazy thriver thing too. Y'all need to stop. What did she say? She said, y'all need to stop. Like thinking, posting your DFT and going live and sharing 1 time or 2 times a day are going to bring in your customers, because that's not, like, you guys need to talk more.
She said, here, I have that, because that hit me.
It was like,
you can't just post on Facebook 1 time and become a millionaire.
Yeah. You need to be using your mouth. You need to be talking. And listen, there's people that are going to remove you as a friend. There's people that are going to become annoyed with you. There's people that are going to talk crap. There's people that are going to be negative. But you know what? They're literally envious of you because they see you happy. They see you losing weight. They see you doing better things, or, you know, more things with your family. They see you posting about your paycheck. They see you doing better than them. So they want to take the light off of them because they're sucking at life right now. No offense. And you are doing amazing in life right now. So don't ever let, and I just posted about this the other day, don't ever let anyone dim your shyness. If you are brightness, if you are a talker, you like to be loud, you want to share, do it, because that is the only way people are going to know what it is you're even talking about, what it is you're even doing, what it is the products even do, how they work. They're not going to know. I can post all day long, my 3 steps did this and that, but maybe they need to be, maybe I have some people on my Facebook who are a little bit more into like the science of it. Maybe I have some people that are really kind of slow and they need a little bit more of a breakdown or something, you know? Oh, these kids. So there's just be out there. Excuse me, Gemma.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna get off here now because I'm about to give out some ass whooping. I'm just kidding.
Does Cassandra or Jackie want to talk next? Do you guys care?
I'll jump in real quick because these two
Okay.
are looking at me with their eyes crossed. So yeah, you are, and go blow your nose. Anyway, so you first of all, I have a whole bunch of notes here too, and Chelsea, you touched on a whole bunch of it already, which is awesome. So the first thing though, I want to tell you, you all know I was having a real hard time just going because first time leaving these little people and all that stuff. But you're so right about something that triggers in you when you first meet people that you've been working with like this. We're just on video Zooms and all that and FaceTime and all those things that we do. And to meet people in person, I mean, this is going to sound a little bit like corny, but it's almost like you see people on TV and all of a sudden you see like your movie star from a movie and you're like, oh my God, are you real? I mean, you go touch them and, it was like the most awesome thing to hug everybody. I got to tell you. And everyone always says, you got to go to conference. You got to go to feel the energy. And you're so right about that because, the way I saw it was just that, yeah, we're all busting our ass to do things and you're looking out the door. But for some reason, I guess with all the inspiration that was going on and just the feeling and the energy in the room, I kind of felt like the screen door was like removed from the front door. And I was like, it was wide open after that, if that makes sense. So that built the confidence level there. The fact that they had us chanting about I am 200K was amazing because we're all going to be there very soon, I feel. I'm going to see, let me see. Words that were emphasized were success, passion, faith, hope, and internal decision. Chelsea, you touched on the persuasion is personal. And I forget who it was that said it, but they said that the place that you'll make your millions is in Messenger. So they said, just like the fact of like, I don't know, like being down to earth and like cutting to the chase, like don't, like you said, don't be like fluffing it up and hi, how you doing, this and that. Let me see. Signs, let me see. So Paul, a few things that Paul said, he had said it a few times too. To not just get everyone on the products, that you should also offer the opportunity at the same time. He said that we should always enter conversations with potential saying this business is going places. And if it's something that you've ever been open to, I think we could make a lot of money. So that's the we, not just we. And then he said the other part of that was you could also end and say, I think we're going to make a lot of money. So, that kind of puts that mindset in somebody like right away. Of course, they're interested in the products. We had a lot of inspirational speakers. Billy Holderby is always great. You mentioned Erin Gargan as well about the social media. I don't know if this still is going to work. If people want to text, remember they had us text the number. I have the number. It's 66866 to text pub. And then when they respond to you, then you give them your email.
I'll try and put it
in. You put it in there already or no?
I don't know if it'll still work, but I have the download. I'll try and upload it to Ingrid. I'll see if it'll let me so everybody can have it.
Yeah, because I don't know if it was still, I got it. I mean, I haven't really gone through it all yet, but I didn't know if it was still something, it gives you that simple cheat sheet. You talked about the orders, the US orders and international. What was a good one? And I had to leave kind of shortly after was when they came on talking about Thrive Nourish and about the fact that the doctors over there are now using it as prescription. That's a prescription grade, I guess, for the kids to give them the, you know what I mean? Like I had a good run in the beginning. Like there was one time remember when I had a huge PPA jump was because I did these donations, right? And of course, people think it's a one-time thing. And, I kind of built it up to say, well, you don't eat one time a day. You don't eat once a month or, you know what I mean? Like once every so often, we try to eat 3 times a day. So I think that, I'm going to try to reprise that again and kind of pull off of what he said on, where we grew from and where we're going with it. The other inspirational speaker, because you all touched on everything else already, but the other inspirational speaker her name is Victoria. Is it Arlen? She's the professional athlete, the ESPN reporter. Let me tell you something. She had me in tears. Her story was, I just have goose pimples even thinking about it. Her book, she has a book, it's called Locked In, The Will to Survive and The Resolve to Live. I got it on Audible. I didn't start it yet. I just got it last night. But her story was incredible. Her mantra was face it, embrace it, defy it, and conquer it. And that's what she did. Her story was, I wonder if it's on YouTube. I want to see if I find it. If I find it, I'll put the link in there. But her story really, really touched me. And it was just amazing just to watch your regular down-to-earth normal people just like us walk in the stage with a 200K sign and their $1 million. And it was just it's just such real. And you say about Jamie too, she was the first person that I saw. I went to the Friday night because, I came in Friday. I had enough time to go change and get over there. She was the very first person that I saw because I turned around, she jumped on me. She's like, Jackie, you better give me a big hug. And you know what it felt like? It felt good knowing that people know who you are. You know what I mean? So when I first saw you guys, I was like, oh my God, I want to squeeze them to death. It was just really hard though, at conference, right? It was just a lot of 20,000 people. I'm like, oh my God, we're never going to find each other. But it was so awesome that we had that little bit of time, because that little bit of time just kind of tied the whole knot tighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a really good group. We really do.
I completely agree. That's like what they said, like, you can walk up to Lisa. Like, I know we all kind of idolize her. Let's be real. We all do it. I do it. We all do it to Jamie. But when you meet them, I mean, Jamie's over there, like, buying shots and laughing with everybody.
Yes. She was
funny. They were hysterical.
Yeah.
You know what Lisa was doing? I have a picture. I haven't put up my pictures yet because, believe it or not, I haven't had 1 second to breathe. But there's a picture. You remember Shauna had that
her little
hand? Oh my God.
The hand.
Wait, she had me shaking that hand. I was crying. So Lisa had it on and she's poking my boobs with it. And we have a picture of it. It's the most, I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm just feeling you up. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Just like I was telling my mother, I said, these people are millionaires that I'm talking to right here in that picture. I said, you would never know because everybody is so unassuming. They're just very natural. You know what I mean? And
It's
that's
amazing.
what's most important. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really
But other than that,
happy.
everything else was touched on.
Yeah. I was just about to say, I think you guys really truthfully, like, everything I was gonna really say. The only other thing that you might, all I could think about is when Paul said, like, success is an obsession. When he said that, I'm like, oh, wow, that, like, I don't know, that just, like, really, like, when he said that, it just, and like you guys said, just building relationships and everything with people, not, like they said, build relationships with people and they'll, when you get to know them, the product will just sell itself. So getting, like, building the relationships with everybody, they're your potential customers or promoters, and I just there. And like Abrielle said, people are unfriending you. I've had people unfriend me and then refriend me, and then in the last, like, about 2 months or so, reach out to me and say, are you still doing that? Like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm still doing that. And then now they're asking me more and more about it. I actually have a girl who was so against it, posted, oh, if I see another person post about these Thrive stickers, I'm going to really lose my mind and all this stuff. And now she's just told me she wants to order on Friday when she gets paid. But back in September, she was posting about how she was going to lose her mind if she saw somebody else post about it. So I don't know. I just think other than, like, just, like, be consistent. Like I told a couple of my girls today, be consistent, persistent, and confident in the products and everything like that. And I think otherwise, yeah, you guys kind of just really touched on everything. So
I know this has been a long Zoom, but I know we all could talk forever about it. Like, I'm not kidding when I say you just have to make it happen next year.
Yeah, I'm really happy I was able to. Yeah,
like,
definitely.
we laughed, we cried, it was just the most amazing experience. Even like Cassandra, I've never met her before. I've never really had a conversation with her, and just even hearing her talk on here and just being around her, like, you guys, I had no idea, but, like, find out your teen's wife. I had no idea that she wants to be a stay-at-home mom, and we are so close to getting her there. And, like, we were literally at the bar, and I had probably a ton to drink, but I was literally in tears because I was just like, you all are a part of this. Everybody's a part of this. And when you focus on that and you focus on being a part of everybody else and, like, bringing her home to her kids and bringing Chelsea home to her kids and everybody else, you will come along in the process. Don't worry about that. But like Abs was saying, just that feeling you get, it's undescribable, like, hands down. So I just want to end on that. I hope you guys, what did she, I feel like we need to have a mini girls night. Everybody bring wine to the Zoom. No, but okay. I hope
You
you
know I
guys
will.
have, I hope you guys have a really good night. Sorry this ended so late. And tomorrow's a new month, so shoot your goals for May in the chat tonight or tomorrow morning. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.